Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video of Spirituality with Shederra. On this channel, we talk about relationships, career, healthy food, fun fitness, spirituality. If that's something that interests you, then you're in the right place. Today's video is going to be a natal chart numerology reading. I thought it would be a good idea to give you all an example of what is included in the numerology and natal chart readings, and I will be using a birth chart to break down not only the life path number, the mission number, the way you go about completing your soul purpose, your Chiron, along with your north and south node. And so for those that have never heard of a birth chart or numerology natal reading, I'm definitely going to explain what they are before I break them down and go into them. So this is going to be really helpful for those who are interested in having a reading and aren't really sure what they're going to get out of it. So if you are interested, be sure that you see the link tree in my bio so you can have your free consultation and get signed up for more information of how this may be able to assist you on your journey. And if you are a returning member, thank you so much for tuning in for another video. If you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can get more content just like this. Your birthday is a blueprint of your life, and what you'll do while you're here, what you're meant to do, is your soul mission. This soul mission is helping you understand what you have been specifically called to do, working with humanity, working with others. When you understand astrology, this is understanding where the planets were placed at the time of your birth, as it gives definition and character to who you are and your potential. Another area that I'm going to break down is north nodes. This is representing where you're going, and your south node is helping you understand your past, where you're coming from. In the healing process, the Chiron is also very important to understand because this is where your triggers are coming from based off of your childhood trauma. So when this planet is in retrograde, you can be prepared, you can be on an alert for what's going to happen, how you're going to be triggered, and how you can move past these events. Let's begin with the life path number. In order to find this, you're going to add the month, day, and year, and you're going to simplify. So this individual's birthday is October 18th, 2003. So 0 is not a number. I'm going to take out the 0 in October and the 2 zeros in 2003, and that's going to leave me with 1 plus 1 plus 8 plus 2 plus 3. Now 1 plus 1 is 2, 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 3, and when we simplify that, we're going to get 33, and 3 plus 3 equals 6. So that's how we get life path number 6. I like to begin with describing the appearance of the number 6. And as you see, the number 6 is a grounded position number. It holds a feminine energy. And the image, when you look at the number 6, it kind of has a stomach. It kind of reminds you of a woman when she's pregnant. And it could be a man, pregnant and full of ideas. So it doesn't necessarily have to be only a woman number or only a man number when I speak of a number as feminine or masculine. Now we can go into the actual characteristics of the number 6, and the number 6 is going to be seen as a conscious and kind number. This is also, again, stable. They are peacemakers. They are devoted, idealistic, always having information of what to tell people, very wise, domestic, concerned, caring, and loving. Now, there's always a negative side, just like in polarity to the positive side. If it can be on the negative side, they can be seen as bossy or smothering. They would want things to be done exactly the way they see it. And this is because the number 6s have a visionary perspective. They can see things. So if you think about it as a parent can be very strict as a number 6. And this is because they see the potential in what everyone should be and what they should look like while doing it. So something we have to remember is if you are being so hard on others and that level of expectation, you are being just as hard on yourself. So you want to ease up on others, children, and family members the same way you need to ease up on yourself. Another thing about the number 6, this is the voice of mother. As I said, it's very wise. It's in a career perspective, very similar to a counselor. So number 6s may find themselves in a career field working with children in the term of being able to counsel them. For the number 6s, as they were children growing up, they may have had a little bit more responsibility than the average person. And this is what's giving the order when it comes to siblings. Maybe you don't even have kids, or maybe you choose to not have kids, but you find yourself taking care of other kids, taking care of your siblings, being the adult, being the responsible one. They are great caregivers to children and to others, as they are able to create a nice parenting and soft space for people to feel comfortable, for children to feel comfortable. Another thing about the number 6s, they have brilliant voices. If you think about the distinctive voice of different artists such as Erykah Badu and Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, Martin Luther King, these are all life path number 6s, as they make good preachers and they keep your attention. So these are the characteristics of the number 6. You may find yourself at different stages of your life being able to tap and feel these different characteristics, but this is for the life path number 6. So now that we have found the life path number, we're going to see the soul mission, the way you go about completing your soul mission. And this is going to be looking at the actual day you're born. So this individual's birthday is on the 18th. We're going to take 1 + 8 = 9, giving them a number 9. And in order to complete that soul mission, this is the characteristics. This is the way you are going to go about completing your mission. Now, the number 9s are very brave. They are compassionate, empathetic, very artistic and creative. They hold a genius-like mentality about whatever it is that they do. They can be very, very tender, but they can be brutal and hardcore. So remember, there is a negative side to each number. On a positive perspective, they are soft and emotional people who give to the world, who love the world. And because you are able to see everyone in that same relatability, no one person is special, but everyone is special. So when you are in intimate relationships, or when you are on one-on-one monogamous relationships, it may be easy for your partner to get jealous because they see that you treat everyone in that same perspective that you do them, and they may not feel special. So sometimes they can come off as impersonal. The number 9s, as they are here on soul mission, karmically things went wrong in their past life and they're coming back to get it right. So they are teaching us by leading as an example. And when you actually look at the number 9, this is a masculine number, and it is all of the numbers within itself. So they are able to relate with every single person, every single number. Because you have more challenges than others, it is very important to meditate. When you look at the image of the number 9, the circle on the top and the stake that it stands on, this is allowing you to understand your mind is the focus of your connection. If you find yourself, not feeling connected, you feel yourself not being grounded, you need to make sure that meditation is a part of your daily practice. As a number 9, you have way more resources available than most people. And this is what allows you to be a lot of answers for people, that you are able to not only provide them with the resources, but if you don't know it, you know someone else that has the answer for them. And that is going to allow you to attract people of all different cultures, all different nationalities, races, and ages. And you are also attracted to them. So this is in the realm of someone's always able to point you out as that person can help me. That person can help navigate me and guide me of where it is that I need to be. When we talked about being in relationships, you make amazing friends. The only thing to that is sometimes you have to learn when it is time to cut friendships off. Sometimes you have to learn when people and their toxicness is not something that you can change, that you can't change everyone. And that's something that you're going to learn throughout your life, throughout your childhood, and teaching yourself that when it is time to let people go. Because you have the tendency of loving everyone and seeing everyone as special, again, sometimes that can be seen as being impersonal or being aloof, being cold, and that is the opposite of what you are on a positive perspective. You give as a protectiveness energy and a caring energy, and you do this because you may have come from a family that was biased or backwards, and you see yourself very, very different from your family, wondering if you even belong to them. Why am I so different? Why does no one else get the way I am? Because your soul mission is setting you apart for that particular reason. You have one of the many people that are always having a busy mind, very similar to a radio. There's always something going. There's always a problem solved situation that's going to come to you that will allow you to be able to help the world and tackle it. So be sure that you do not allow people to make you a martyr, making you a sacrifice. Remember, you want to save your soul first. So you may find yourself wanting to save the whale, save the children, save the puppies, but you have to be careful to save yourself before you can save anyone else. Earlier, I spoke about the number 9s having a karmic previous life, and the blessing of you coming back this time around is to be a healer. Your service is to be a healer for humanity. You have the energy of experience. You have the vision of perspective from all other numbers, and this is going to help you be relatable to humanity in their time of need. So you come with a service of being a healer. You also have the energy of a politician. And this can be a really good thing because you're speaking for the people. You're in movement for the people. But on the negative side, you want to be careful that you don't let all of that power go to your head. That's what happens. And sometimes with the access or the authority that is being given. Because you understand that power, you are able to assist and help on a global level. What it is that you are here to do, the way that you are going to do it, it is going to reach not only your neighborhood and your city, but it is going to work for humanity on a global level. If you see yourself as a Black woman, inside you are actually operating and thinking in an opposite sexuality from a masculine perspective, from an opposite nationality, which could be an Asian, which could be a white, not necessarily seeing things from a Black woman. So people may look at you and say, but you don't act like what you look like. So be careful to not let anyone put you into a category. You have to understand who you are, stand in that, and present yourself in a way that this is who I am. Again, you are naturally attractive to the older community. You may have been raised by grandparents. You may have a really close relationship with your grandparents. Older people and children love you. Animals also sense that there's something about you. They sense your spiritual essence, and they see the way that you love. You love people through the soul. You have to be mindful of giving that love. You love everyone. Again, being in monogamous type relationships could be a challenge for you. You make better at friends than being in an intimate single monogamous relationship, because you may find yourself, suffering of being able to let things go when it's the time, because you suffer with abandonment issues, and this is going to stem from childhood trauma. So remember, take your time, allow yourself to see what's triggering through those abandonment issues, and learn when to let go, and understand that good things happen with the word good. Goodbye starts with good. And that's something of just learning through time of how to let things go. Now that we've talked about the life path number and the way you go about completing that mission, we're going to talk about the North and South Node. The North Node, again, is where you're going. And in this, you have Taurus. You will have to embrace tranquility, stability, sticking things out, and tapping into your inner harmony. Your south node is going to be in Scorpio, and that means it is time for you to release emotional manipulation, seeing the worst in others, and sexual indulgence. Now, when you go back and you listen to the life path and the way you complete your soul mission, your north node and your south node are going to support those two. Now we're going to talk about the Chiron, and Chiron again is the area of healing for us. In your childhood, the way you were wounded, it was losing control of your life, usually through a form of abuse. And this isn't necessarily physical abuse. This can also be abuse in the form of not having security and stability. For example, you may have been raised by a single parent and things were always tight. Things were always, we may not have had the money. We may have found ourselves moving. We may have found ourselves living in an environment with other people, and that was outside of your control. The parent or guardian that you were with was doing the best they could with what they had, but within you, it was a trauma that was instilled as you growing up, and now you're looking into how to heal. The way that you heal yourself and others is helping anyone structure their lives, their time, and their business. Being that Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is very protective. Saturn is about time. Maybe as a child, you have had ideas about something and ways to make things easier for your parent. And this was the way that you were able to kind of tap in and say, maybe we should do this first. Maybe we can do this in this manner. And again, that's using the Saturn energy of organization with structure and time. And so that's tapping back into the characteristics of a life path number 6. It was a counselor. It was using the wisdom to help other people. And so you may have noticed that some of the characteristics from the life path number 6 and 9 are playing out in your north and south node along with your Chiron. So you're able to connect the dots with who you are and understand specifically why things happened in the way that they happened. Being raised by a single parent, being raised predominantly by your grandparents. This is giving you a connection with the elders. This is allowing you to be able to learn a lot more wisdom from the elders than the access of what other people had. Remember, you have access to a little bit more resources than other people. Those experiences through your childhood is giving you the foundation of that information. Another trauma that Capricorns have experienced, Chiron and Capricorn, is sexual abuse. And this doesn't necessarily mean physically, but this could also be being exposed to adult type videos or images at an early age. You may have been raised by a parent that over sexualized you, purchasing clothes that made you feel uncomfortable. For example, bathing suits or either dresses or skirts that kind of over sexualized you, and that also gives you something from, remember, the south node of letting the sexual indulgence, being able to let that go. So again, this is also something that those with a Chiron and Capricorn have a stem of sexual abuse. One of the most important areas that people look into on their natal chart is to understand their soul mission, what they're here to do, how they are going to do it, and the people that they're going to attract. So we're going to break down the first house, second, sixth, and 10th. In the first house, the way you attract people, you have the zodiac Taurus, and Taurus represents I have, which is possessions, security, and finance. So people who are searching for security in the areas of their possessions and their finance, that is how you are going to attract people. Your soul mission is in the second house, and you have the sign of Gemini. Geminis are great counselors. They are healers, great communicators, and a level of understanding that allows them to be relatable to humanity. And the second house, you can do this because you have the sign Libra, and Libra is all about balance. Libras are judges. They give great advice. They give advice from a truthful and righteous place. In the 10th house, the way in which you will go about completing this, you have the zodiac Aquarius, and Aquarius are about helping people. So as you can see from your Chiron of wanting to help give organization to people in their lives, from your First house, attracting people with their possessions and security, and your second house of being a counselor and a healer, and life path number 6 of being a counselor and a healer, and life path of the going about your mission number 9, healers and helping humanity and being relatable. You are a healer. And understanding from so many different perspectives, you are a healer. The way that your life has given you more challenges is because you are a healer. The reason that I do what I do is to help individuals understand nothing is against you. Everything is for you. You just have to understand how to strategically place things for your advantage. As a number 9, you have more resources. Why? Because you're meant to be a counselor and a healer that's going to give that information and resources to those who are ready when they need it. The final area that we're going to talk about is specifically a chakra that is linked to helping you heal, identifying through your childhood so you can have a better idea of what do I do now. You've explained all of these things to me, but I need homework on what do I do to help myself out. So in your South Node, there was a issue of letting sexual indulgence, having a better understanding of that is what is connected from the root chakra. Your root chakra is your support. This is where we get our survival, our safe of security, and our stability. In your North Node, that is something that you are moving into using the Taurus energy. Taurus is secure. Taurus is stable. So if you have a trauma linked to a specific trait in your personality, in your being, this is going to help you have a better grasp on yourself. You may currently be experiencing issues with the lower spine, with your back, with your feet, and this is all coming from an imbalance in your root chakra. So again, our root chakra is our support system. This chakra relates to our groundedness, our survival instinct, and our basic needs. This is where our foundation of feeling safe and secure come from. It is also connected with how we nourish ourselves based off of food and water, as well as our home, our shelter, our money, and on an emotional level, feeling safe and letting go of fear. Traumas that are associated in results of an imbalanced root chakra are anxiety disorders, fears, feeling disconnected from the body, and not being able to set boundaries. Another thing that you will experience with the physical body is issues with your colon or your lower back. The legs and feet will also have issues. So again, now that I've explained what the root chakra is and how it is personally tied to you throughout your natal chart, now I'm going to explain to you some practices that you can do. The root chakra's element is the earth. So you are going to use nature to surround yourself and ground yourself, recharging you with that energy from the earth. If it's not the season to be outside, say it's cold or it's rainy, you can surround yourself with plants. This is also going to bring the earth element to you. The action of the root chakra is I am. So in the midst of you meditating, you are going to say, I am safe. I am secure. I am free. I am confident. And you can fill in the blank with what your emotions, what your higher self and your energy are telling you. But you are going to begin those affirmations with I am. Another thing that you can do is in meditation, you are able to chant Lam, and Lam is going to be a frequency of energy that flows through your body, moving all of your chakras within a synchronized movement. If one chakra is blocked, the next chakra is not able to move. Chakras are wheels and they have to be able to move. As they are moving, they are releasing things that are causing them to lock up, that are causing them to freeze up. And these practices are going to help you in doing so. So again, you're going to meditate, you're going to get outside, get in nature, ground yourself with the earth, hug a tree, walk in the grass with your shoes off barefoot, and this is allowing you to get the support and energy from the earth. The affirmations that you're going to state, you can also write them down You're also able to record yourself, and listening to yourself in a way is healing. Not listening to someone else state the affirmations, but you can simply voice record yourself and listen to them maybe as you're going to sleep or as you're doing small routines around your home. The last thing, as I stated, with meditating and chanting the mantras would be Lam. And you're going to ground yourself while you're sitting in nature. You're going to sit on your hands with your palms upward, and you are going to make the sound. This frequency is going to travel again from the base of your body, and it is going to move upward. And to explain to you specifically how that is going to sound, it will sound like this. You want to hold that as long as you have the breath. And as you practice, as you meditate, you are going to expand and you're going to be able to hold it a little bit longer. But that is an example of how you are going to meditate using the elements of earth, using the action of I am, and using the sound of Lam. So I hope this has been a summary and explanation to help you understand you. I would love to continue working with you for you to understand on a more in-depth level of how to pull these things out by going into each house of your natal chart. I didn't want to make this video too long and overwhelm you, because it is a lot of information to be told about yourself in such a short time. So I don't claim to be psychic. However, I am tapped in with the intuition of being led and being available for humanity as a Pisces. And in my chart, I see so much that allows me to be able to allow my experiences in my life to be relatable to others when they get to this same space of their life of wanting to put things in order and make a better future and heal from what has encountered in their past. So I look forward to working with others. If you are a life path number 6 or a life path number 9, may this help give you a little bit more clarity. Some things are not going to be the same for everyone else, because remember, we have 12 different houses in our chart with a different characteristic, a different element, a different sign that is going to give it a completely different feel. So if you are interested, again, in having your own natal chart numerology reading, contact me at the link tree. If you are interested, you can have your free consultation and you can begin the process of better understanding yourself. This is the natal chart numerology reading, and it is a lot more in depth, but for this particular video, we're going to end it here to give the foundation and better understanding for those on their journey. So thank you so much for watching this video. For those that are ready, I look forward to working with you all soon. And thank you so much for tuning into another video.